I'm very altruistic. 11 times out of 10, I will pick up the pen that you dropped. I will always answer Allison's questions in class or lend you a pencil before a test without charging a service fee. It's really hard for me to say no when people ask me for help. It's usually not for a social reason, however. Most of the time, I help to reduce the guilt I may feel for not helping. It also aids in maintaining and creating friendship. Yet all these things reward me or help me avoid punishment, which raises the question, is there really such a thing as altruism? Personally, I don't think it really exists. I believe there's always a reward, whether intentional or not. I live with my mom, and her parenting style is a very odd mix between permissive and authoritarian. She doesn't care if my brother and I come home late. In fact, she doesn't even have a curfew set for us. She doesn't care if the house is messy either. On the flip side, she cares very much about my appearance. No face piercings or crazy hair colors. My actions as a result of her parenting style are the opposite of what she intends. I never come home late and frequently clean. However, I secretly got my septum pierced my own ears, and dyed my hair purple. If she had an authoritative style of parenting, I would probably follow the rules more often because I like to know why I'm not allowed to do certain things, and when she gives a reason because I said so, I usually don't listen. For the multiple intelligence test, my highest score was for nature at a solid 4.6. I guess you could say I'm a gardener. I completely agree with this result because I love biology and nature. I have 49 plants in my room and love taking care of them. Whenever my parents go to Home Depot, I tag along so I can snatch leaves and grow some more. This is called propagation. Thanks to this intelligence, it's easy for me to identify various types of plants and animals. So this is a type of aloe vera, and this is a type of echeveria, and this is another type of aloe vera, and this is an elephant bush, and this is an example of propagation because it's creating a little plant out of a leaf from a big plant. I think I got this one from Home Depot. My daily annoyance list is pretty tragic. 40 out of the 50 annoyances drive me crazy. When I'm behind a slow walker in the hallway and can't get around them, I get really irritated and I'm usually put into a bad mood. Most of my classes are spread out, so if I'm stuck behind a slow walker, I could become tardy. It's a little concerning how such a small thing can really wreck my mood. I try to just relax and assure myself that not getting to class on time isn't the end of the world, but I still find myself getting irrationally frustrated at slow walkers. I understand that I should just chill when little things happen, but my emotions don't always listen to my thoughts, and I get irritated anyway. Even just talking about it is enough to put me on edge a little, but I've learned to maintain my frustrations. My OCD inventory results weren't much of a surprise to me. I got a 99, which according to the abnormal slideshow is severely OCD, possibly insecure, constant high tension. But I don't necessarily agree with this. I don't think of it as dysfunctional or distressful. It may be a touch deviant, but I just think of it as my personality. I hate when people touch the things in my room or move my stuff and don't put it back. When things aren't the way I want in my area, I get a little stressed, but again, not to the point where it's dysfunctional. I recognize when I'm being a little obsessive over the way things look or are placed and know when it's too much. I think being particular is just a part of my personality, but the inventory says otherwise. I had some genetic testing done a little while ago, and it was surprisingly related to psychology. I discovered I am homozygous for the short serotonin transporter allele. This means I have less serotonin transporters and is a prime example of genetic predisposition in the bread demo. Basically, my bread is all chopped up. Additionally, this gene affects the efficacy of SSRIs because there is less serotonin activity in my synapses, so blocking the reuptake of a lame amount of serotonin wouldn't do much. I just thought it was really great to have taken this class because I wouldn't have been able to understand any of the results from the testing without it, but with my brain chemistry knowledge, I'm able to understand what's going on in my very own head, and I think that's really neat. According to my OCD inventory, I'm usually stressed trying to make things happen my way. This, coupled with frequent daily annoyances, difficulty with my mom, and genetic predisposition puts me at a high risk for mental illness. But I can alleviate this with the happiness I get from quote-unquote altruism and the peace I find in my nature, intelligence, and activities. I will continue to involve myself in nature, but hope to lessen the amount of things that bother me, maybe by framing the annoyance differently by overestimating the situation and underestimating disposition.